Hello, horse racing fans. Welcome back to Star Wars Warrior 7. Last time I played this was April 28th or something, so as usual, it's been forever. We have one filly and two mares. Ribbons and Bows. Can't recall if she's the highest. I think she's. Well, she's been a little up and down as of late, but I feel like we're at least. Yeah, I'm gonna say up and down. Okay, a couple of place finishes, a win, and then sixth, 11th, seventh. Like, can't really say where she's at right now. But she is still developing. I think to some extent she's relatively young, so I think we still have time with her. She's 3 years old, so nothing to worry. And technically, our second highest earning horse here with 70,000. Going on to the 5-year-old mare, Ceramic Lake. Sorry about that. She's excitable, dark gray, and average build, and she's been a little bit more consistent. Nothing worse than eighth. I've had 3 wins and 2 shows in her last 5 or 6 races on the dirt. Running at the C3 handicap level mainly. That's between 0 and 90. So I think that's pretty much where she needs to be. Keep in mind, it's going to take me a while to get back into this game. And I'll definitely be uploading more. Desert Glow, 6-year-old mare, light gray, normal disposition, average build. And outside of the, don't know what happened in that Albany race last time out, going a mile and 2 furlongs on the dirt. Absolutely fell apart. Maybe the class level slightly higher, 0 to 100 instead of 0 to 95, but not sure what happened. I don't remember what happened, but she went up to a 97 rating, or she was at a 97 rating, and now she's at a 92. So it was a good bump in class for her, but obviously did not work out for us at all. So I think I'm going to stick her to lower competition. That's all we got going now, and remember that we have breeding here with Titania. This is our breeding mare. And we have a yearling, Eldorado. What? I can't remember if I even looked at this yearling in like a previous episode, so this could be a first time experience or just kind of a revisiting, but nonetheless, Eldorado, or my first, my first yearling in this game. Sire is Guisho, runs 9 furlongs, of course the dam again, Titania. Look at Titania. 53 rated. Yeah, she pretty much was an allowance maiden horse, and that was it. They retired her for breeding, and that's kind of how it goes, right? At some point. And then Guisho, check his record. 106 rated. Yeah, he raced only 7 times. No, 6 times. Count. 7th place finish out of 16 in the Santa Maria C2 handicap. Ended up finishing 2nd in an allowance in Arkansas. Came back to win in Ohio on the dirt. I'm just going to say that's Thistledown because that's so what would happen. Or maybe somewhere else. Chicago, Stars and Stripes, grade 3 turf race, finished 8th out of 9th. Came back to finish 2nd in allowance and then 3rd in a grade 3. So obviously, a horse that's not going to probably give us too much in Eldorado, but we may not know. So we're currently looking at their stats here. Potential rating, not too high. Battling quality is not great. Speed is about what I would expect at best we can maybe get from this horse, but that's about it. Good confidence, though. Confidence does go a long way, or at least above half. I'll take that. I don't want a horse that's totally down on itself, so as long as the horse is capable of running and being competitive, I think we have a chance. But I'm just excited to have the yearling. I have no real expectations, so it's kind of a slow grind in this game. I wish I kind of would have started my file over, but we're just going to stick to this and just see what happens ultimately, because this is a game that I'm still not putting the time into it that I need to. So it's going to take me a while to get to the point where I'm probably playing at a level where you guys are going to be like, wow, he's really doing it. It's like, no, it's going to be slow. So, all right, Ribbons and Bows. We need to get you in a race. Now, you've won at the grade 3 C1 level And C. Okay, so pretty much the C1 level we're looking at, ideally. All right. Ribbons, bows. We can find that class, that'd be great. You know what? Actually, let me look for the distance. What's more ideal? 6 furlongs? Yeah, I just want to make sure. An allowance class would be ideal. But let's just see what they have for 6. Only 7 races. Selling race, we don't do those. Grade 3, she's not capable of doing that. Conditions race open. This is more likely, and this is March. So we have a couple of weeks for this, so we actually should be okay. Yeah, I think. No, this is a higher class race. No, it's lower. Conditions. Let's use in this race, though. What are the ratings here? Form not bad. 75s. Okay, what's that handicap race looking like? Field of 5 right now. Castile Lady, Aurora Sky, Samples, Bogus Mix. Yeah, this race has a higher purse, field of 7, a little bit more of a fee, not really worried about that. Yeah, I think Ribbons and Bows, I mean, she's going to carry a handicap in this race, right? Which, when I think about it, yeah, she did win the Grade 3 Oceanport. I forgot. I really shouldn't be settling her in these races. Like I said, it's been a while. Actually, let's check out this. Is this... Could you run it this Grade 3? No. It's too competitive. What about this one? The Baldwin Stakes? Probably not. Actually, this is a Grade 3 I'm just interested to see how she'll do. I don't think she'll do too well, but when I say I want to see, it's just, hey, you never know. Maybe she'll finish in the top 3 or top 4 or top 5, or maybe she just won't do well at all. We're getting back into the game. Late declaration penalty of 17K, though. We don't want to go broke, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, here's a much better Grade 3. It's just an open. And it's just in Arcadia on March 26th. So it's about a month from now. 6 furlongs. On the dirt. It's a field of 10. Yeah, this is more what we're looking for. Let's see who's been doing well this season. I usually like to look for that. G. Rimsemi. We'll go ahead and have you be on board there. So, we have confirmed our jockey booking here for Ribbons and Bows. She's ready to run in the Grade 3 Open at Arcadia on March 26th. That's all they gave us, so oh well. Let's move on to Saranic Lake next. 5-year-old mare. And she's been running on the dirt. She's been running purely at the handicap level, really no higher than 95. So as long as I do that, keep her at 6 furlongs, it should be a pretty easy fix. Doesn't look like there's anything for her this month. The Grade 2. Actually, not a too super competitive Grade 2. Usually these Grade 2s are just way out of our potential. This race is happening in a couple of weeks. There shouldn't be a late declaration. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and give her a shot here. Have Campbell be on board. Yeah, she's perfect for this race, actually. She'll probably be the favorite, so it's a lot of pressure, but we've had wins with these girls, so it's not that they can't win races. It's just about getting them to win the right races at the right times. Duh, anybody would say. But Desert Glow, 6-year-old mare, last one to get booked up here. Yeah, all over the place. Well, actually, not really. It was that last race that was 12th out of 12. Otherwise, in the top 4, the last 8 races, pretty much. So, Desert Glow as a 6-year-old mare, the oldest in the group. I'm not racing her higher than the 95 handicap at a mile and a furlong, or a mile and 2 furlongs. I guess, more or less, it's the same. Let's see a mile and a furlong, just to keep it a little bit shorter. And she's racing on the dirt, right? So, 95, something around that. Handicap on the dirt, 12,000. Just trying to stack some wins here with our girls. I think that's a bit more important than trying to chase like big races. Unless, like I said, they pop up and I feel like the class is not too competitive. It's just hard to find graded stakes races in this game where I feel like it's leveled. Here's a handicap race. Mile and a furlong, C2 handicap, 0 to 95. This is pretty much what she's been doing in Florence. Yeah, I think this is more ideal. Campbell, I would say we'll go ahead and give Campbell a double ride there and see if we can Right, 2 wins. I feel good about these races. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I think we fit right in. I'm trying to be better about not putting my horses in races that they just should not be in at all, because that's just a waste of everybody's time, and it's not really good for the horses in general. So, as far as our stable is concerned, I don't really have the money to do anything because things kind of cost in here a little bit higher than I would like, and this is just on easy. So, yeah, playing this game on the higher difficulty is probably not happening for years. This is something I'll do like as I just naturally just grow old in life. Like it'll be one of those type of games for me, you know what I mean? So, expect it to be just one of those long stays on the channel for years. Um, Increase stable capacity to 5. That would cost us $27,000, and that would allow us to maybe look for 2 new horses. I don't know if I want to do that just yet. I want to see if we can rack up maybe a couple more wins before I commit to that. Gallop Trails improves the presentation of the Gallops area. It only costs 2,300. Why not? And it's nice to actually like have money in this game for once. So 502 slots. Yo, anybody listening, have you played this game where you've literally had 512 horses? And I said 502, I apologize. 512, $2.4 million. You have 512 horses in this game. I swear this is what people want me to do in Gallop Racer, guys. I will never... I hate having too many horses in a horse racing game. It's not enjoyable for me. I like being able to focus on my horses. I like their quirks, their personalities, their traits, all of that. So... I'm gonna set staff level to high. I'll keep the wages to high as well. I believe in paying people if it improves their morale. Like that's what makes business go around. I don't know how people want to cut corners on that. It's like if you want your employees to be happier, be willing to pay them and make sure that as long as they're doing the work and productivity is up, like morale makes sense, right? Higher help may help keep edgy horses calm. Fee paid every race. $476 per race. I'm not going to do that yet. I'll wait to see. I really can't buy anything else anyways, but that's kind of a lot of money. But you know what? Actually, we're doing something different this episode. I'll run it for the first 2. Or not the first 2. The first 3 races we have. And then we'll see what happens. So, let's just quit to the top of the branch here. Yeah, El Dorado. You'll definitely be a miler. Your stamina, obviously, as a yearling is not going to be great right now. Acceleration, though. Very quick. Good condition, so I'm excited. El Dorado, love the name as well. So I'm sure it's a reference to something I'm just not thinking of in the moment. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and see if we can actually start fast forwarding to the day before our race. Hope you all have been well. I have not really been... Well, I've been keeping up with horse racing, and I haven't. I'm really just keeping up with the Saratoga card, because that's about the easiest thing I do. I can get home from work and just watch the YouTube live stream and pretty much know what's going on, at least in North American horse racing. As always, I don't usually have the time to follow international as much as I want. I will catch streams and watch tracks all over the world, just in the morning sometimes before work, like... You know what I mean? So that's just kind of, I'm doing more of a casual horse racing viewing experience. I'm not really like keeping track of who's leading. I kind of know who the best horses are in the world, and I think that's really all it is nowadays. And not to mention just, I don't know where horse racing is going. I'm excited for the sport, but at the same time, it just seems like every year now we're just trying to rush off to the next thing. Like Flightline was one of the greatest things that's happened, and we're already not talking about it. Like, guys, it didn't happen that long ago. Like, I don't like that in sports in general when just it's always the new shiny toy. Like, I understand that's how the world works, but it's a little disconnecting for me as a sports fan from, early age. It's just not how I grew up watching and engaging in sports. So I always love horse racing, and I'm going to continue to watch it. I'm going to get more into the business and all that stuff. But it's that aspect of it that sometimes just has me wanting to take more of a casual approach. And hopefully that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't, but I'm just making sure we have everything good to go here. Anybody racing today? No. Let's go to the 14th. All right, 2 races today, both in Florence. 6 furlongs for Saranic Lake, our 5-year-old mare. And a grade 2 as well on the dirt, 4-year-olds and up, so that'll be quite the contest. I'm excited for that one. And then Desert Glow, our 6-year-old mare, she'll be up. And a mile and a furlong. Handicap level 0 to 95, 4-year-olds and up on the dirt as well. We're going to get these races done today. That's pretty much all I have time to do. But don't worry, like I said, we are going to have a lot more starters orders coming back your way very, very soon. This is just the beginning. I always forget what race we are on the card. really wish I would stop doing that. I don't want to skip today's races. I'm just going to skip this race and result. Yeah. We're not in race 2. We're not in race 3. We're not in race 4. Or race 5. Okay. Still not here. Just looking at this field. This is an interesting claiming race. And I don't have the money to do any of that in this game, so that's kind of annoying. All right, here we go. Finally, we're up. Race 7 on this program. And let's see who's the favorite at post time. Serenic Lake 4-1. Yeah, we really shouldn't lose this race. I would be quite disappointed if we did. She's the best horse in the field. I'm not changing anything, and I think the jockey just needs to go out and like win the race, right? So yeah, we're gonna go watch the race. Serenic Lake 4-1, 7-2 morning line odds. She is your favorite here for this upcoming contest. Just get the dub. Just get the dub, please. That's all I want. Keep it simple. Have us build momentum. As my starter's orders takes forever to load, which didn't used to happen. But granted, I've been doing a lot of gaming on my laptop. I might be doing this on my gaming PC, but starter's orders. It pretty much runs on most low end stuff. So you guys want this game and you haven't played it, you can pretty much play it on anything. Turn the graphics down, you'll be fine. All right, this grade 2 6 furlong contest, and it's a field of 9 with your Serenic Lake representing HRG Ranch. Don't know how I butchered that when I started this playthrough, but you know, that's just a typical thing here at HRG. All right, let's go. Oh, yeah, can we go to the gates, please? That'd be kind of nice. Thank you. All right. And they are off. It's a decent start by the field. It's going to be Milton of Campsie going out. Take the lead there. Chili Billy in there in second. That's Gentle Thoughts tucked to the rail in third. Force of Light going to sit back there in fourth. Serenic Lake, the favorite. She's in between horses in fifth. You have Ultravox down the stretch. Monifa and Penny Fan Man was the closer. Now it's Monifa. So 35 miles an hour they are running here. 3.5 furlongs left to go. It is still Milton of Campsie. Chili Billy. Serenic Lake, the favorite. She's going to have to get going now. She's getting a little bit of encouragement here. Forest Delight still sitting there in fourth at the rail. Gentle Thoughts is called it today, looks like. And as we approach, 2.5 furlongs left to go. I want to change the camera angle, but I don't want to do it in this race because I always forget. So I'm just kind of going to leave it here. It is less than 1.5 furlongs left to go. Serenic Lake, here she comes with the run, and the rest of the field, that's down the stretch. It's Forest Delight, Ultravox. Furlong left to go. Serenic Lake, she's going to punch through. They're still down the stretch there on the inside. Ultravox on the outside as well. But no, Serenic Lake looks like she's just going to get it done. Needed that win. There's nobody watching. I forgot. I think I actually turned my graphics down all the way just to make sure I had. I mean, guys, we don't need it. We can't put them there. But that's a big win. Wins by about, what, a length and a quarter there. Your favorite, Serenic Lake, gets it done. No time. Like, why no time? I don't care. A win is a win, and that was a good run. Good run, great ride. Can't ask for much more, and I am just glad Serenic Lake was able to get the win there. But yeah, gonna have to figure out what's going on with my starters orders. This happens every blue moon with the recordings in this game. It is, I don't understand it. I swear it's just like after I haven't played it in a while. It's always like I need to do a couple of episodes back to back and actually play it for a couple of hours before it starts to run how I want it. But again, I was Kay Husbands on the ride there, ridden as a closer, never in doubt. She wasn't really ridden as a closer. She was tucked in between horses back there in fifth. But yeah, Serenic Lake, she's a really good 6-year-old mare. I'm gonna keep racing her until she's pretty much like, yeah, I'm kind of pooped, and it's like, all right, you did your best. And using her as a brood mare, I'm really excited for that. So there's still some good things to look forward to in this series. Who's up next? Ribbons and Bows, right? A lot of races. No, Desert Glow. Okay, Desert Glow. She's up in the 1 mile and 1 furlong C2 handicap. And 40-1. Why? This is a race she's basically running half her career. Today, they're just like, no chance. Maybe she's just not in good shape. All right, well, we're just going to go watch and see what happens, I guess. That's not ideal. They said 40 to 1. Like, what? What is that about? It is not even like the class is like anything above her level. Like, she's actually still considered stronger than half of this field. So maybe she's just not in good shape today. I guess we'll see. They're in the gate. That's really got me kind of cheesed. I'm going to see how this plays out. All right, they're off and racing. And it's a slow start by all the horses, but it's a mile, so that's expected. As cars are floating in midair, so that's pretty cool. Nesno out in front. Zetzapper in there in second. Newsflash third. Theology fourth. Desert Glow back there in fifth. Rio Caribe in sixth. Five Dream seventh. And the trailer is Sam Spirit. Over 7 furlongs left to go still. Nesno out there. Newsflash and Zaytoper essentially neck and neck for second there. Theology still there. About a length and a quarter behind in fourth. Rio Caribe still on the inside in fifth. You have Sam Spirit, Five Dream, and now Desert Glow is the trailer. Under 6 furlongs to go as they, I believe, come around to the grandstands for the first time. It's still going to be Nesno leading the way, leading comfortably by 2.5 lengths. Curious to see what the rest of this field does. The Topper and Newsflash still doing their same thing. And the field has remained virtually unchanged, and there's a bunch of horses at the back. We approach now. 4 furlongs left to go, and I said the grandstands, but all we're seeing are trees and bushes, and not even bushes, just trees, really. But I swear the one tree looked like a bush, so don't mind me. 3 furlongs left to go. Nesno still out in front. And here comes the Topper, or Zaytoper. Gosh, I'm butchering the name. That's just how that goes. And Newsflash looking to have a little bit of a run here on the inside. Desert Glow may have something going. Okay, that is the right thing to switch. Okay, well, now I know. I feel more... I didn't ask for that, okay? Okay, now it's doing this invert. That's weird. It is still Nesno leading with less than a furlong left to go. A closing. Newsflash and Zaytoper are coming. Desert Glow has certainly called it a day, and there's going to be Zaytoper to get there in the end by a neck. Zaytoper to beat Nesno. That's such a shame for Nesno to lead that long only to lose by that margin. Like, come on. And yeah, Desert Glow had no chance today. Yeah, clearly just wasn't in good condition or didn't have the stamina. I don't know. But this is a race I've ran with her all season. I just don't think she was ready, but we'll see what the jockey says. Ridden as a closer, sorry, but we were outclassed. Okay, maybe the field was tough. I didn't think those horses were that much better, but, you know, it is what it is. So, Desert Glow. Let's check you out. 8 for 8, Florence. Okay, that was her first. Maybe it was the track. Florence. I thought she ran at Florence before, and that was her first time. Well, that's the meet. No, I think that was her first time racing at Florence. Yeah, she didn't. Yeah, I'm seeing this. She's not doing good at these, except for she's just kind of all over the place. It's hard to tell. Like, we don't have enough consistent races outside of the handicap level in the distance to really know like what works for her. Dirt, different courses, different tracks. Like, she's been everywhere, so I haven't really done a good job of like trying to build something consistent. And why am I running her on the dirt still? Like, she had much better showings on the turf. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get her in a turf race right quick before I end up forgetting. It's totally the thing I'll end up doing. It's March right now. I'll just look for a race hopefully in April or June if we're even able to go that far. I don't know. Yeah, I need to pay a little bit more attention to her races, because, yeah, she's definitely more quirky than the other girls in the barn, so we'll have to just be a little bit more mindful of that, and that's okay. She's not a bad racehorse. I clearly didn't set her up for success there, but, you know, that's my experience, so. Let's try this. Dirt. Is it all dirt? Here's some turf races, but, like, she's not... These races, oh my goodness. She has no chance. She has no chance, unless I ran her shorter. No, not you, Ceramic Lake. Desert Glow. What's her stamina? Yeah. Mile and 2. You know, it's not that she can't run the distance she's running, but sometimes I feel like she's just not there for it. So I don't really know what to do with her. It's a little bit... You know what? I'm going to drop her in class. I don't really like doing that all the time, but I'm going to drop her in class when I can and see if that will change our fortune. Because if a drop in class does it, then okay. She may just need to run against lower competition. I'm okay with that. I want wins. I think that's more important in this game right now at this stage of my playthrough anyways, right? I'm not trying to like be best jockey or whatever. But I'll tell you something. Miss Serenic Lake getting the win, winning us $57,000 in that grade too. Ah, Serenic Lake in the gray. Love my grays, man. I will forever love the grays. I hate that like people treat them like sometimes they're like some like stepchild horse. I'm like, that's just more reason for me to like them. If like, and I understand like it, you know, there's different things in regards to, you know, just how that happens. But like regardless, like they're beautiful. I find it weird to even have to talk about it sometimes. But it's like, you know, I'll see things posted and I'm just like, all the horses are beautiful, people. They're all beautiful. You know, just like chestnuts and bays and like they're all beautiful. Grays are just my personal favorite. Something about them, you know, like you don't see gray horses often. So yeah, it's one of those things as well. When I see them, like beautiful. But yeah, Serenic Lake, absolute. Yeah, she's on a roll, man. Haven't finished worse than eighth, I should say. And to win a grade two, yeah, she's really punching above her weight. So I'm excited to use her as a broodmare. She's gonna be freaking awesome. I hope. She's only 5 years old. She could be racing for another 3 years. 8 out of 18 in her career. I don't even know how I stumbled upon her. Like she's on fire, man. All right, who's up next? Ribbons and Bows. You'll be closing us out today. So let's go ahead and do that. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Was I gonna do something else with my money? I was gonna buy something. What was I gonna buy? Stable capacity. You know what? I don't have the brain capacity for that now because I'm not even going to commit to doing this today in real time. Once I get back to doing another recording session, which will probably be a couple days from now, I'll go ahead and buy that and actually look for horses. If I buy it now, I'll come back and be like, why did I get this? Like, that's just how it works. So I'm not even going to waste my time. Let's go ahead and, yeah, just go to our race here with Ribbons and Bows. Was I on this tab? I guess I was. Okay. All right, Ribbons and Bows, you're up today. Let's see how you're looking. Your stamina's not looking great, but not like you'll need it. Been a little bit up and down. Let's try to bounce back and form. It should be it's gonna be a tough grade 3, but we'll see what she does. She's the youngest one in the group here, so let's go to the race course. And let's just go ahead and get to our race. Ribbons and Bows. All right, here we are. 4th race on the card. She was the morning line favorite. She remains the favorite, as I was hoping. So again, another one with, English Eric. Another one of those races we should win. My goodness, let's just go to the race course. I felt like that scene from Nemo, Anemone. Like that's literally what my brain just did. Where are we racing? Why does this look like... This is like a part of Arizona I've been to, then like somewhere possibly in Asia, and then somewhere also in like rural America. I'm so confused. This clearly has to represent an actual track or location. I'm just clearly not the one familiar with it. Oh, it doesn't matter. Ribbons and Bows. She's got to win today. And we are off. And it's a terrible start for start fast. Essentially left at the gate. Ribbons and Bows, though, she'll be sitting back there as a closer, and that's okay. It's going to be a surprise treat to head out there trying to take the lead from Seafire Lad on the inside, Reveal the Light, and head for the stars also in company. Yeah, 5 horses across the track. Aurora Sky, Pickwick Papers, Mezzotent, Hard Rock City, Ribbons and Bows, Merrymaker, and Start Fast, still the trailer. Some 3.5 furlongs left to go. Still Surprise Treat and Seafire Lad, almost neck and neck. The middle is Reveal the Light, trying to punch through now. You have Head for the Stars, looking for some room, making an outside run. The favorite needs to get going. 2.5 furlongs left to go. Still Surprise Treat, Seafire Lad, Reveal the Light. There are 3 across the track here. Here comes Head for the Stars, Hard Rock City. Down the stretch we come. It is still Seafire Lad, Reveal the Light, going head to head here. The others have called it, and it is Reveal the Light pulling away. The favorite blocked in, not looking to find much traffic. Reveal the Light still holding on. And it's going to be Reveal the Light to get this done. Pickwick Papers second, Aurora Sky third, Ribbons and Bows the favorite. Disappointing fourth. As Reveal the Light. Really great run there. Stayed in between the two horses that were essentially battling, burning themselves out. You saw what happened. They burned out, and Reveal the Light took advantage. And 15-2 pays. 5-1 for Pickwick Papers in second, and then Aurora Sky 11-1 in third. And yeah, my baby Ribbons and Bows just said, yeah, we're just gonna stay with all these horses the whole race and not try to put ourselves in a position to win. Oh, that's annoying. Ridden as a closer, which suited. Considering we struggled for pace, that was a promising run. What? We didn't really struggle for pace. You struggled to get the horse in a position to win. That's a horse that needs to be a little bit further up. You know, because then you're battling 3, 4, 5 horses in the stretch trying to find space. It's just not ideal. But fourth is not the worst result ever. But when you're the favorite and you're supposed to win, it's extremely disappointing in my world. But, you know, that's just how it happens. So, yeah, I'm going to have to change the other riding preference. I thought she could have won. She really should have won that race. I don't think that's a race we should have lost, but we'll change her riding style next time and see if that gets us a win. So, guys, let's going to go ahead and do it. Hopefully you have enjoyed. As always, I'm going to continue to learn, continue to feed me any information, anything that helps in this game. It's always obviously appreciative, as I'm continuing just to take my time with it. To me, this is such an in-depth game. I don't think it's something you should pick up in months and just be like an expert at it. If you do, and then like you rock, you're awesome. No one could be mad at that. But I think for most of us, like it's probably a game you play years until you actually really get kind of familiar and comfortable with just operating at a higher level. But I hope I'm doing better than I have over the years. I feel like I'm much more comfortable with where it is now, especially since I feel like I know more about the in and outs of horse racing compared to years ago. I didn't really have that, but thanks to a lot of you, I've been able to actually understand and learn a lot more things. So I think it's helped to hopefully make this experience a little bit better. So we'll be back, obviously, and I'll try to make sure I do that upgrade so we can try to get 2 more horses. I would love to get some colts here. That would be fun. Maybe get some sprinters. I really want some consistent turf runners. I feel like that's always the thing I struggle with in these games outside of maybe Gallop Racer 3. My horse racing games is finding really good quality turf horses as far as sprinters in these type of niche-based environments. So we'll see if we can do that. Until next time, though, I introduce on it out. Looking great for test today. See you later. Goodbye.